Good afternoon, everyone. I am Tom Limon, president of the Oakland Rotary Club. Founded in 1908, we are the third oldest Rotary Club in the world, in over 200 countries. And I'd like to welcome you all. Thank you for being here in person. Thank you to everyone who's online. Welcome. Our club represents a diverse community of 270 business professionals and community leaders who unite to serve our local and international communities through a commitment to what? Service above self. That's right. Thank you. Our past district governor, Ed Jelen, is not in today, but do we have any visiting Rotarians in our midst? Anyone? Okay. So no visiting Rotarians. It's okay. Ed Jelen, enjoy your vacation. Do we have any guests today? If you do, please stand up and introduce. I think we have a future Rotarian over here, Mr. Isaac Cosreed. No.
Okay, I'm happy to just shout.
No, we have folks online.
The Zoom people. Okay, hello, there we go. That sounds like it's working now. Well, it's my honor to introduce three very special guests. I think it's obvious. I'll start with the one I'm holding in my arms, Valentino Cosreed, born 15 days ago.
Yeah.
Proud future Rotarian who would not be here without my amazing wife, Mary Masella, if you'll wave. Over there, Mary, if you have a
Hey, Mary.
another future Rotarian, and then another future Rotarian, Councilmember Dan Cowd, City of Oakland.
All right, Dan. Welcome. And you know, I used to live in Dan's district, and I think the first time I really got to meet him in person was on a Friday night at the corner of 40th and Broadway. And Dan was doing a ride along with the Oakland police. So I know he's deeply committed to Oakland and his district. And so thank you for being here today, Dan. Okay, Daniel Chang.
Hi, I'm Daniel. Hi, I'm Daniel Chang. I'd like to introduce my wife, Carolina.
If we could turn up his volume, it's a little hard to hear.
I'd like to introduce my wife, Carolina, and my daughter, Jocelyn.
Wow, welcome.
And here's a fun fact. Jocelyn actually visited and toured the Rotary headquarters in Evanston.
Wow. And Daniel, what did your sister Jocelyn, I mean, your daughter Jocelyn do in Evanston? Why was she there?
She graduated from the Kellogg School with MBA. So
wow.
She'll start working for Walmart online division in Silicon Valley as a product manager.
Wow. Well, welcome. Your father's been a big part of our organization, so thank you for being here today. Do we have any other guests today? Okay, Greg Annis.
Hi, President Tom, fellow Rotarians. I was just had the pleasure of introduced to Oliver from Argent Materials, and he's here as a guest because he's interested in hearing our speaker.
Great. Thank you. Oh, and we have Ruth Straub, and also when you introduce, when you approach the mic, if you could tell us who you are and what you do.
Ruth Straub, Oakland's insurance lady. I'd like to introduce Eleanor Smith, one of our upcoming speakers and a guest of Stephanie Casenza. She's online with us today.
All right, welcome. Okay, I think that probably does it. Okay, so we have our thought for the day, and so we have the team from the We Care Committee who's going to be giving us a thought for the day and a brief committee pitch about their committee. So welcome.
I'm Alex Paulson, and I do computer consulting. In 1964, U.S. Surgeon General Luther Terry reported on the deleterious effects of smoking on our public health. This year, Surgeon General Vivek Murthy advised us on a public health condition whose risk factor for premature death equals that of smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That condition is loneliness. Rotary is one remedy.
Thank you, Alex. And that ties in with our theme this year. So right here, create hope in the world. So thank you, Alex, for the thought of the day. And then our very own Julie Fox.
Your very own. Okay. Hello, good afternoon, President Tom, fellow Rotarians, guests, and of course, our Zoomy Rotarians. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Julie Fox. I'm the chair of the Rotary We Care Committee. And I'm here to tell you that we are all members of the We Care Committee, every single one of us. We care about every single member of this club. We are a community of members. We do community service, and we need to care for our own membership. If you or anyone you know is having a milestone birthday, a celebration, a milestone setback, or has a health issue, or is isolated and needs to call or make a connection, please let me, Jesse, or anyone else on our committee know. We're there for you. We are here for you because we're here for each other, okay? We're here to say hello. We're here to wish you well, to give you a ride if you need a ride, to help you with your computer and or getting onto Zoom for those times that you can't make it. We can help you find a Rotary mentor to help you get more involved with the committee if you wish. Who are we? Who are we? We care. Thank you. Thank you. Wow.
And can you believe Julie was scared to come up here? She was a little nervous. She did great. She's a pro.
Our Julie Fox.
So if I could ask everyone to take out their phone. We won't charge you. We won't penalize you. Take out your phone, look up Oakland Rotary on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever your preference is, and like us or let people know you're checking in at our meeting. We want to have a strong online presence. So Peter Sherris, if I could have the next slide. So this Saturday, we are going to the Oakland Roots. We were just at their facility a few weeks ago, which was really an incredible experience, one of a kind. And this Saturday, we will be in the Mosaic Plus section. And so if you haven't bought your tickets, it's not too late. So please join us for that. Also, this Sunday, the next slide, this Sunday at 10 a.m., please join us for a very easy walk around Berkeley Marina's Cesar Chavez Park. And this is a friendly, dog-friendly walk, and it's very flat, and it's easy for everyone. So we really encourage everybody to attend. And you can sign up for these events. You can sign up for the hike and other events on our Eventbrite page. And then by a show of hands, who plans on going to our summer picnic at the end of the month at Lake Temescal? All right. Now keep your hands up if you've purchased your ticket. All right. Keith and Ruth. All right. So I know we're all bad about that. I'm also bad about that, but we really want to get our numbers up. I've invited the other Oakland Rotary clubs. We have 2 other Oakland Rotary clubs, the Uptown and the Montclair Piedmont. And I've also invited the Alameda Club. So we will have some representatives from those clubs there. And let's make it a really strong showing. And we're also going to have great food. We're going to have a taco vendor there, and they're going to have vegan and vegetarian options as well. And we'll also have plenty of beer and wine. And then on the next slide is the hippest trip with ACT. So my wife Christy's on the board of trustees, and I really didn't know about ACT. I knew of it, but I'd never gone to a show. And so last December, we went to go see A Christmas Carol, and I nearly cried. It was very touching, and just the performances were outstanding. And so this hippest trip, it's premiering in just a week, but we have a Bay Area Rotary night, and we'll also have a reception before. And so Jesse purchased 40 tickets for that event for our Rotary Club. We sold about 20, but we'll also have a pre-show reception, and we'll try to have some representatives from ACT. David Stein, I see you ringing the bell, or do you have an announcement? Can we get a mic to David Stein?
Here comes the mic to David Stein. I just want to ring the bell for the First Lady of Rotary, Christy, who says, You didn't almost cry. You were crying. So let's set the record straight.
All right. And she could tell you that doesn't happen much, but yeah, it happened.
Sorry, Tom. I was
right, ring
buying
the
my
bell.
ticket. Tom, I
All right, thank you,
apologize.
David.
I apologize. I was buying my ticket to the picnic and I was overwhelmed by how easy it was to do it. Thanks to these table cards that have the symbols on them, you can just poke and pot. It's fantastic.
All right, the QR codes. That's right. We're trying to make it easy. If anyone has any trouble you accessing a QR code, we're happy to take a moment to show you how that all works. And then our next slide is the 34th annual Chinatown Street Festival is this August 26th and 27th. You know, we're really trying to support our other organizations in the community and they need volunteers. So please, if you have some time that weekend, they just need a few hours of your time, either in the morning, in the afternoon. They have different shifts available and they will feed you. So this is open to anyone. And if you need more information, you can talk to me or Jesse Bodel. And also our next slide is our Eventbrite page looks great. So we're trying to use Eventbrite to promote our upcoming activities. Peter, if we could show that Eventbrite page on the slide. And so as Dudley Thompson says, don't keep Rotary a secret. I mean, this is really important for our membership and just making a bigger impact in the world. District update. So there's a district fellowship leadership meeting on September 7th in Pleasanton. And so if you haven't attended one of these, this is where all of the district representatives get together and they share best practices, upcoming events, speakers, and things of interest. So please feel free to attend that. We also have Avenues of Service on September 30th from 8:30 to 1 p.m. So please plan on attending that. The district across the bay, 5150, is having a social at the San Francisco Giants game on Friday, September 8th, the day before the hippest trip event. And then our friends at the San Francisco Chinatown Club are having an interesting fundraiser at the War Memorial Opera House, and it's a whiskey tasting. So that's on Saturday, October 14th at 5 p.m. So again, if you have any questions on any of these events, please let me or Jesse know. Joe Garok in the back. Can we get Joe a mic? Oh, thumbs up. That was just a thumbs up. All right. You threw me off, Joe. That's going to cost you. No, I'm kidding. All right. And so we have a committee coming up to the stage since they've been doing incredible work at Laney College. Please welcome Carrie Hamill and John Clausen.
Hi, everybody. And, kids are back in school already. And the bad news about that is that the summer's almost over. But the good news about that is that the kids are back at Laney College, Laney Community College, and we have had a very successful run over the last several years doing a food distribution program to students at Laney, the majority of whom have food insecurity. We partner with the Alameda County Food Bank. It's a lot of fun. You guys have been wonderful participants. So I'm not going to tell you any more details except that it's on Wednesdays. And I'm going to send you an email about it tomorrow, Karen Friedman and I, to get you to sign up and let us know if you can do a shift on a Wednesday morning. But I want to just give some props here and let him speak for a minute. John Clausen has gone above and beyond representing Rotary at Laney College. He's been an incredibly creative and wonderful ambassador. So I just want to give him a minute to tell you some of the things he's doing over at Laney on our behalf. John.
Yes, on special occasions, we also give out a special treat for free of free homemade corn dogs requested by Laney administration, like this coming Saturday, Laney registration day for the fall semester. If a couple of Rotarians would like to help out this Saturday morning between 10 and 1 or for an hour or so, let me know after the meeting today. We are so important to encourage faculty and staff and students at Laney to get their education. They got free tuition now at Laney. Free bus passes for kids when they just take 2 classes. Free lunches for all students. And then the box produce that we've been in favor for, just really encouraging students. They need to come here and upgrade their talents, whatever. And Rotary could be very proud that we're part of this program. Thank you.
No, they're doing very important work. Shannon Hackley, would you like to ring the bell? Okay, Shannon is ringing the bell for John Clausen and all the work that he and his family does in the community. And so for all our guests, a bell ring is a tax deductible $100 donation to our Oakland Rotary Endowment.
President Lyman.
Okay, so thank you guys. So from the floor, we have a couple of updates. Jesse, I think you have an update. And then Jason has an update too.
Thank you, President Tom. My name is Jesse Schmitz. I am the co-owner of TNT Strength Personal Training Studio. I'm also the current chair of the Business Development Committee. Our committee has some very cool things going on right now. The first upcoming event is our next second Rotary Mastermind event. We are in talks with Laney College about hosting this event in one of their theaters. And we are currently looking for Rotarian business speakers, not necessarily from this club either. So if you are somebody or you know somebody in our club or in a Rotary club who you think would be a good speaker, please bring their name to me or to Tom or to somebody in Rotary leadership so we can get them involved. We have a mixer that we're planning for October. And the big event, which is, I think, news to this club, is we're also planning a casino night event on Saturday, December 2nd. It will be our Rotary holiday party and should be a lot of fun. So thank you. In this room, yes, it'll be in the Oakland Ballroom. So our California Ballroom, excuse me. So look forward to that as well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Business Development Committee is rocking it. They're doing a ton of work and they're really trying to activate our business community and help us build our membership also.
All things you say are true. We're getting the band back together. We're getting the band back together. You play a guitar? You play harmonica? You play the horns? We need a bass. We got some drums. We got some guitars. I don't know who to talk to because I'm not heading this thing up. But Ralph might be a good guy to go to because really it's his excitement. Tell me everything. Yes, everyone's welcome. This is a Rotary band, but even if you're a non-Rotarian, we'll bring you into the fold if you're good. Now, I don't want to be insensitive, but I want to say I want you to be good because we're getting the band back together. But they're for your ears only, and we don't want to ruin your ears. All right, that's it. If you have any comments, hit Ralph Sklar.
All right, so the band is coming back together. Thank you, Jason. And then Isaac had his hand up, Jason, and then
okay.
Rick Baskin after that.
All right, then here we go.
Just a quick membership committee update, totally minor, but an invitation. We have finally set our regular committee meeting times every Friday virtually every other Friday virtually, starting next Friday from 10:30 to 11:15. If you want to lend your intelligence, your brilliance, your connections to our efforts to grow membership, please join us, even if it's just once to download your ideas, and then the core committee members will take it from there. I'll follow up by email. Thank you.
Great, thank you, thank you, thank you. Rick Baskin.
Rick Baskin, personal injury attorney and musician. Jason's on a mission from God, as they say in the Blues Brothers movie, getting the band back together. I appreciate that.
If we could show a slide, Peter.
How many of you love farmers markets as I do?
Who loves farmers markets?
Farmers markets. Okay. This Sunday from 10 to 2 p.m., my band is playing at the Kensington Farmers Market on Toulouse near Albany and Kensington. And we got Joe LaCoco on guitar. These are all professional musicians. Larry Van on drums, Willie Reiser on bass, and myself on harmonica and vocals. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's free. Hope you can drop by and listen to us. Enjoy the day. Thank you very much.
All right, the Kensington Farmers Market,
Again,
10 to 2
Kensington
this
Farmers
Sunday.
Market, Sunday, 10 to 2.
Come squeeze some peaches and listen to some
Oh.
blues.
Okay, Keith, I got it. Oh,
We can't
so,
stop.
go ahead, go give it to Keith. All right. I know.
President Lamont. So my guest finally arrived, and my guest is Holly Alonso, who is the executive director of the Peralta Hacienda Historical Park. And those of you know, she provides some great services for the community of Oakland, including the many Guatemalan Mayans who live, the 10,000 Guatemalan Mayans that live in the city of Oakland. So I'd like to welcome Holly Alonso.
And Holly's been doing incredible work in the Fruitville district for a long time, and we really appreciate you being here today. So thank you, Holly. And I would like to acknowledge a special Rotarian today, Joycey Mack. So it's been a little while, so we'd love seeing you. So thank you for being here, Joycey. So we have a brief Isaac Koss, read. Happy birthday. Okay. All right. Happy birthday, Joycey.
President Tom.
Is that a bell ring, Isaac? That is a bell ring. All right. So
President
we're
Tom.
gonna have a brief fellowship moment led by Alita Scola. And so we'll be breaking off into pairs. So Peter, if you could set that up for our Zoom members, and if we could set it up if we could set aside 5 minutes for this.
Okay,
Okay.
very good.
Thank you.
I have not been here for such a long time, and you are the most beautiful people in the world. I want you to clap for yourselves. Love those Rotarians. As part of the DEI committee, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, we have been privileged to be given small periods of time during the meeting in order to move forward on the concept of making sure that every person who comes to Rotary and every person that's here feels completely welcomed and engulfed by the love and fellowship that we share. So as part of this today, what we're going to do is we need to have people in dyads. So if you are at a table where there is an odd number of people, I would like to ask you to please get it into a situation where there's someone else for you. So there's twos. Is that it? Oh, okay, all right. So there we go. Tom says, hurry up. So in these dyads, I'm going to ask you a question. When were you first aware of race? We know that race really does not exist, but we're using it in this context for the moment. So if each of you would take a moment to answer two questions. One is, when were you first aware of race, your race, other people's race? And what do you remember from childhood about how you made sense of human differences? One or two of you who would like to share briefly what your experience was, that would be very helpful. You like to talk, Jason, go ahead.
I've heard this. So, but I don't want to be revealing something that was said to me in confidence. So I will only say what I've said about myself, which is I first noticed race. Oh, I'll stand up for you. I first noticed race like in a real negative way in the 3rd grade when an Iranian family had moved across the street from us. And we had played with them all summer long and it was all good. And then when we went to school, people really did not like the Iranian family just because it was the time, you know? And I was like, this was strange. I remember having a lot of conversations about it, but we ended up all hating them. So it worked out fine, but that's not because of the race, just because they were terrible people. Okay, that was it for me. And anyone else want to share? No? All right, great job, Alita.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. All right. Oh, Joycey, you'd like to share? She needs a microphone.
We're getting there. Happy birthday, Joycey Mack.
Okay, I'm going to share this story
I was a assistant VP of a title company. And normally I didn't do signings, but we were so busy that day, I took on a signing that this couple, signed the escrow papers. And so I went, sat down. I just told them my name. And it was a white couple. And they were like, we want the manager. Can we have the manager? Looking at her. And they did not want me to sign them. And they literally got up and left. And that was like years ago, but because I've been retired 16 years, but it was unbelievable to me, actually. So.
No, thank you. Thank you, Joycey. Those are very, very personal and impactful experiences. And this is what the fellowship moments are intended to do, is to really get a little bit deeper and get to know, your fellow Rotarian a little bit better. So thank you, Alito. We will do these monthly and we will have more time. Okay, Gary?
This is because it's Joycey's birthday. And I just wanted to add a positive story because Joycey and Rosemary Darden are friends from Alabama. And also Rosemary was wonderful enough to come with my mentee at McClymonds. So I just wanted to share, that happy birthday to you. And there's wonderful things associated with both you and Rosemary. I want to let you know, we care. We love you.
Is that a bell ring, Gary? All right.
Oh, that's beautiful. Good way to get the money out of them, Tom.
Yeah, I'm getting the hang of this. And Joycey, bell ring, Joycey Mack is ringing the bell. Thank you. Awesome. And so we have a very special guest today with a very special project in Oakland. Mary Jiang will be introducing our guest speaker today.
For this special occasion, I had to bring back my chair. All right, I am proud to introduce our guest speaker today. Dr. Ching-Hua Wang became the first Asian American woman president of Samuel Merritt College University in the United States, in the Health Science University, first Chinese American woman president. So great. And she was there since 2018. And since then, she had built a new cabinet team, formed 2 more new colleges, led the university through a pandemic, moved forward with a brand new headquarters building in Oakland. And I heard Tom Lemon was on the planning commission that approved that building. And she also forged partnerships with corporations and community organizations via New Center for Community Engagement. Under her leadership, the university developed a strategic vision for diversity, equity, and inclusion, as well as a strategic growth initiative. She executed the independence of the university from the Sutter Health Meta Plan and raised multi-million dollars from corporations, foundation, government agency, and private donors to support the university. Prior to her presidency, she has served as a provost, dean, chair of 4 universities, has been tenure of professors in immunology. President Wang obtained her PhD in immunology from Cornell University and MS in immunology from Beijing University and a medical degree from Capital Medical University. What does she do in her spare time? I'm proud to introduce Professor and Dr. Ching-Hua Wang.
Well, thank you, Mary, for the introduction. And it's such an honor to be invited to attend the Rotary Club meeting. It looks like it's a fun group, really fun group. And plus, when I reviewed all of the causes you support, and I think we are pretty much on the same page. You support education, you support world peace, you support clean air, clean water, all of these things, right? And environment. And I think it's such an honor. Again, thank you for Pat apparently introduced me to the club or something. Anyway, thank you. So can I start my slide? So while he's getting ready, so basically, okay, I would like to just briefly introduce myself to you and then talk to you about the university's independence, which is very important for us, and our strategic priorities and our headquarters building approved by him in Oakland and all of that, right? So about myself, so I was born and brought up in Beijing, China, I think 23 million people or something like that in the capital of China. And it was a long time ago. And then the Cultural Revolution happened. And during that time, at the very first months of the Cultural Revolution happened, I was in Beijing and I barely turned into a teenager. And over 1,700 people, including teachers, scientists, engineers, professors, whatnot, were killed. And there were so many temples smashed, so many statues toppled. I mean, it's just such a chaotic turmoil. And personally, when I was a little girl going to middle school at that time, I saw the body of, I saw death for the first time, which was the body of the English teacher who committed suicide because she got a degree from Cambridge University some years ago, and she went back to China, and then she was not married, she was single, and because of that, she was deemed as a spy from England or something like that. She was tortured by the Red Guards, and to the point that she couldn't bear it anymore, so she committed suicide. So I saw the body totally bruised. It's over 1,700 people, okay? And so then shortly after that, I was exiled to Mongolia, along with 17 million middle schoolers and high schoolers and college students. All of the students, basically, aside from the elementary schools, were all exiled all over China. So I went to Mongolia, and during that time, during the day, I was doing the hard labor. And my father, my parents were all scattered all over China, along with many, many parents and many people, millions of people in China at that time. So my father, bless him, he sent me an Oxford English dictionary. And basically by doing that, he was telling me, don't give up learning, don't give up studying. So basically during the day, I was doing the hard labor. During the evening, I made a little kerosene lamp and then used that English dictionary to learn. After 6 years there doing the hard labor, and eventually I came back to Beijing, and then I went to medical school. And then I did the immunology program I really liked. And at that time, China did not offer any PhD programs. So I decided to go to United States to seek a PhD in immunology. And so that's how I got to Cornell University, and I became the very first Chinese student finishing a PhD in immunology at Cornell. So afterwards, I came to my husband, did the same thing. He was studying American history, by the way. So he went to Tufts, and then he went to Cornell, and then we had our children there too. But anyway, and then afterwards, I came to California. We both came to California, and I have been through 5 universities now, and this is the first time at Samuel Mary University serving as the president. So it's been a long journey, and it's all, it's very significant. It's just unbelievable when I reflect back as to how I got here, right? So that's a bit of myself. Now the next slide, please. So the university was affiliated with to Sutter House for many, many decades. And then we finally became independent from Sutter House starting January 1st of 2022. And that was very significant an event because that the Sutter House and Samuel Mary University, these are two entities that have distinctive missions. They don't really jive too much, right? Because we're a higher education institution, they're a healthcare delivery system, right? And they're more they care about patient safety and how many patients, and we care about our students, right? So it's different. So independence is a very important thing for us. And we have gone through all the complexities of getting independent in a very short amount of time. And we did it. So can we keep the slides on? Because that I use that to guide my talk. The slides. We can we? And of course, once we became independent, we had to set up our own ERP system and our HR workday, all of these things we have to set up independently from Sutter House, right? So that's a lot of work, tons of work. And next slide, please. And then we identified what would be the priorities for the university. Basically, it's growth. It's all about growth. We want to grow because the severe demand of healthcare professionals in California and beyond. And so therefore, our mantra is we want to double enrollment in the next 10 years. And we want to strengthen our existing programs. All of the programs we offer are health sciences related, like nursing is a big deal here at the Samuel Mary University. And then we have podiatric medicine. We have occupational therapy, physical therapy, and physician assistant. I want to grow these programs. We also are in the process of developing and launching new programs like the medical social work program, like the psych mental health program, etc. Right? So we're growing and we're hiring new leaders for the university. And so that's growth, enrollment growth, program growth. Right now we have about 2,000 students. We want to double that, right? And the other growth area is fundraising. And we really want to raise money to support our building, the headquarters building in Oakland, right in the downtown Oakland. Later on, I have a video to show you growth scholarships and faculty research, etc. Right? Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay. For the building, recently we had a groundbreaking event. And so currently the construction is ongoing, and each day they have 157 truck loads of dirt being shipped out of the downtown, that site to Treasure Island, apparently. So that is ongoing, and we're hoping in 24, so it's starting now already 24, 25, 2024, 25. The construction will hopefully be done for the shell and core and TI, all of that. And by mid-year next year, we're going to have the topping out ceremony. And by the fourth quarter of 2025, the building is going to be done. Okay, and then we're going to be moving in. Next. So this is the picture of the building, and later I have a video to show you. Next one. So some pictures of the building, and right now we occupy about 140,000 or so square feet on the Pill Hill area, if you recall. But going forward, it's going to be much larger by size. And next slide, please.
So in order to support the building, and we gone to the market to have to secure our very first inaugural bond issuance, which we did it last year and very successfully. We also went to, before that, we secured the Moody's rating, credit rating, because the university never borrowed before, never had a Moody's rating before, right? So we had to do that, and we got the A rating, so it's fantastic. And we secured $139 million out of the bond issuance very successfully. The subscription is like $800 million. I mean, the university is really being recognized as such a engine for workforce development for healthcare. Okay. So the other thing related to fundraising is that last year, towards the end of last year, we raised $10 million. We received a $10 million gift from Dr. and Mrs. Lewis. And this is some story that I really want to tell here, is that Mr. Lewis was the very first Black student in podiatric medicine, graduated from our university in 1965. And before he died, he decided to donate all of his belongings, assets to the university, because while he was alive, he said two things really made him happy in his life. One is marrying his wife, who was a nurse in the Oakland area, right? For working for the Oakland Children's Hospital. And the other one, the second one, is graduating from the podiatric medical school from my university. So since they didn't have children, and basically he decided to donate all he owned to us, right? And including his house, cars, whatnot, all of that, right? So we are going to use a place in the building, the new building, to remember the gentleman and his wife in terms of their, we want to keep their legacy going, right? So $10 million will generate $500,000 a year forever, every year forever. And that's kind of an impact that they are making. And the $500,000 per year is going to be a split between supporting students, the scholarships to nursing students and podiatric medical students, right? And recently, just several months ago, we received another $1 million from Dr. Bill Lowe, who was a physician here and graduated from us many years ago. And before he passed away, he decided to donate $1 million to the university to support the building. So that the very first gift to the headquarters building was donated from Dr. Lowe. And so the bond issuance was closed on December 1st, very successfully, as I said before. Next slide, please. So also recently, just several months ago, we had Secretary of the Health and Human Services, Javier Becerra, who came to visit us. And basically, he identified out of hundreds and thousands of universities and colleges, he identified Samuel Mary University as the site, as the university site that he would like to use to kickstart a national health workforce initiative. And that's an honor, right? That's an honor for our university. That's an honor for Oakland. And the mayor went to the event, and we had a panel discussion and roundtable with the secretary and our faculty and students, and it was a very successful initiative there. And next slide. I think we have this video. I have a video to show you about the new headquarters building in downtown Oakland. And while the warrior refugees and they're moving out of town, we are extending our roots in Oakland. We want, yes, yes. Because we feel so strongly about health equity, we feel strongly about the communities we serve, and we feel so strongly about graduating diverse health professionals. Okay, so there. In Broadway and Clay, 11th and 12th, by the 12th bar state. Thank you. Thank you.
We do have a question from Stephanie Cosenza, who's online. And Ruth, do we have any other questions after this? How are you collaborating with our community colleges to facilitate transfers for four-year degrees?
Well, actually, you know, our admissions office, they have gone to all of the community colleges up and down, but mainly around this area, right? Because most of our students are from this area. And we are in the process of forming transfer agreements with all of the community colleges, because we don't accept freshmen. Our university is mainly offering graduate level programs. We do have the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree as the only undergraduate program. And even for that, we accept transfer students. They have to finish the first 2 years at a community college or comprehensive and then transfer over. But it's very important, the relationship, yeah, with community colleges.
Okay, we have time for one more question.
Yes,
Christine?
President, thank you so much. I am wondering, what is the relationship with Merritt College in Oakland Hills?
Yeah, no relationship. It's by name. I think it's kind of oftentimes people confuse the two. Merritt College is a community college. We are a 4-year, I mean, not even, we're university, and so two different institutions. Yeah.
And we have one last question from Will Hobbs, and that is, who was Samuel Merritt?
Oh, Samuel Merritt was a physician and who got his education from the East Coast and migrated to California and then settled here to practice as a medical doctor. And then he actually later became the mayor of Oakland. And he didn't have children. And then after he passed away, his sister actually managed the estate and donated the money to to form the hospital, which is the Merit Hospital. And then also in that will, they wanted to support a nursing school. So the nursing school started from the get-go with the Merit Hospital. And so that was in 1909, many years ago, right? And then the Merit Hospital got acquired by I think some other hospital, and then later on it was acquired by Sutter. Sutter acquired the hospital, and therefore we became affiliated to Sutter Health. That's how it happened. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Wong. And if we could give her a big round of applause. Thank you. No, this project is a game changer. Our city center has been, it's been built up in small phases over the past 40 years. And this one behind 1111 Broadway, it's a real game changer. And as you can see, it's a very beautiful project. So thank you for your work making that happen. And Samuel Merritt has been around a long time, and this will sort of solidify the future for Samuel Merritt University. So we really appreciate you for all your work. And as a small appreciation for you being here today, we will be making a donation in your name to the Oakland Parks and Recs Foundation and Woodell Swim Scholarship Fund, which supports the Oakland Swim Initiative, which supports youth learning to swim by 5th grade. And that's very, very needed in Oakland. So thank you again for being here. Okay, and I just wanted to thank everyone who helped make this meeting possible. So our AV crew, Armin and Ralph, let's give them a big round of applause. Jesse Bodel for doing a lot of the setup, and Julie Fox for handling lunch, along with Marie Sescon and Wendy Howard. So thank you both. Thank all three of you. And Julie Fox will be taking a vacation, even though I told her she couldn't. She's still going to do it, but Wendy and Marie will be stepping in and helping her out. And Ruth for being our Zoom lead today, and Peter Sherris for also helping out and running the AV also. And the We Care Committee as greeters. And Ruth Straub, are you prepared to tell us who our next speaker is next week?
I certainly am, President Tom. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet to the Hippest trip, if you want to know what it's all about, come next week, because we're going to hear from the Artistic Director of ACT, Pam McKinnon. I can't wait to see everyone here and online.
Thank you. And then also I wanted to share, Rudy Besikoff was visiting us with us online today, and he wanted to give a very special thanks to John and Carrie and Karen for all of your work with Laney College and the partnership we've been able to create. So thank you again. So, and also thank you to Alita and our DEI committee for running our fellowship moment today. And I promise we'll have more time for it next time, but I think that was a nice introduction today. So thank you, Alita, for doing that, taking the lead. And so again, thank you to everyone who's here, and thank you to everyone who's online. Kim, I saw you bopping your head to the music during the video, so thanks. But also remember, Oakland Rotary is here for you. Let's not keep it a secret, and we'll see you next week. This meeting is adjourned.